The only solution to the likes of Donald Trump is a truly radical, progressive agenda that restores our needs and ends the economic misery that promotes the kinds of demagogues we are seeing in Donald Trump. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Hillary Clinton is the problem. She is not the solution to Donald Trump.
Well, we have another presidential nominee today with that. Just hours ago, the Green Party nominated a physician and longtime activist as its presidential candidate, Jill Stein. And she has a lot of work ahead of her. In a four-way national contest, the NBC News Wall Street Journal's latest poll shows Stein at 5 percentage points. The needle not moving much, though, in the last 3 months. And in fact, Stein's candidacy in the last election got substantially fewer votes than former Green Party nominee Ralph Nader. 470,000 votes to Nader's nearly 3 million. But her big push for Sanders supporters is getting some attention. Green Party presidential nominee Jill Stein joins us right now. Thank you for being with us. And as we look at this, Jill, you're not giving up despite these numbers. And you saw the numbers I was just discussing there. What's your breakthrough strategy here?
Well, let me say, those numbers are actually astonishing, considering that we have received practically zero coverage from mainstream media up until now. We came from invisible in the polls to 2%, 3%, 4%, now 5%, and even 6% and 7% in some of the polls. So what we're seeing is a groundswell for something else, and it's no secret that the American people do not like and do not trust either of the establishment candidates, and they have record rates of disapproval. So the American public is hungering for an honest broker. I'm a physician, not a politician, and I'm here to actually provide the things the American people need, because I'm the one candidate that doesn't take the money from corporations, lobbyists, or super PACs, so I can stand up for what it is that people need. In terms of the breakthrough, it's all about getting the word out. It's about fighting our way up. If we've tripled our numbers in the polls with no coverage, we're hoping to double it again and get to those numbers we need to be in the debates.
What you're doing well with Dr. Stein are certainly youth voters as part of all of the segments that you're going after here. You're also looking at, as was said in a little bit that we played as you were giving your remarks after being nominated, you're going after Bernie Sanders voters. How are you going to get that youth vote, Dr. Stein?
Exactly. Well, the youth vote seems to be coming to us. I'm the one candidate that will actually cancel student debt, like we did for the bankers. We bailed out the crooks on Wall Street who crashed the economy. We're saying it's about time to bail out the young people who are the victims of that crashed economy. There are 42 million of them. That alone is enough to actually win a three-way race. This is clearly where our groundswell is coming from, and there's no one better positioned to actually network, to use social media, and to mobilize themselves in order to get that word out. And that seems to be what's actually happening. Many of the Sanders supporters and organizers are now flocking to our campaign, like Cornel West, for example, and other spokespeople for that campaign, from the Bernie or Bust campaign, for example. So word is getting out.
Dr. Stein, as you know, there are those thresholds to be part of the debates, to be part of the town halls, and as you try to get out the answer to the question, which you probably have to answer very many times, what is the Green Party? How are you going to do that if you can't be part of those events? And do you think that's important to you and what you're trying to do?
Absolutely, and I think it's important to the American public, because the American people are not happy campers and dislike and distrust both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. And in fact, a majority of voters is clamoring for other voices and other choices. So as that word begins to get out, we expect to come up in the polls. And American voters not only have a right to vote, we have a right to know who we can vote for. And what we're saying is that if a candidate is on the ballot for enough states that they could actually win the election, the American voter deserves to know about that choice. And I encourage people to go to Jill2016.com and join our campaign to open up the debates. We'll be holding a town hall for the first time on prime time on CNN coming up on August 17th. That will be our first big breakthrough in corporate media. Look, Donald Trump got $2 billion worth of free media. Hillary Clinton got $1 billion. Bernie Sanders got about about half as much, and we've had essentially zero. So I think it's a really powerful sign of the potential of this campaign to lift up what the American people are calling for, the right to a job, an emergency jobs program that will solve the emergency of climate change while we cancel student debt, make public higher education free because it pays for itself. We know that from the GI Bill. For every dollar we put in, we get back $7 in return.
Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on your nomination. Green Party nominee Jill Stein, thank you for your time.
Thanks to be with you. Thanks a lot.
You bet.